We'll talk one-on-one with Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin about the upcoming governor's race and more.
Now at 6, I'm Hannah Reynolds, and in just a few minutes, I'm going to tell you how Knox County officials are trying to stop the spread of hepatitis A in their county. I'll have more on that coming up.
Snow chances and cold temperatures will continue for eastern Kentucky. A full look at those details now at 6.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Governor Matt Bevin made a stop in the mountains today. He first toured Teleworks USA's hub in Hyden. Following that, during a community forum in Leslie County, the governor addressed an array of issues and spoke to us one-on-one about his intentions to run for re-election. WYMT's Connor James joins us from the newsroom with more. Connor?
Steve, from economic development to talking about his plans to fix our pension system, Governor Bevin answered a handful of questions from people in the area. He also reiterated that he will indeed be a choice for people to vote for in the May primary. Governor Bevin toured the Hyden area before his stop to the Leslie County Extension Office for Community Forum.
I get a lot of encouragement from coming and talking to people. I understand what the pulse of the state is. You know, what is the issues that bubble up here?
There, Bevin discussed a handful of issues, talking with educators about their pension and ways to provide economic growth. But as the deadline to file for governor approaches, many wondered if Bevin would indeed file. He says he will.
And I will be a choice that people will have. And again, I encourage people, regardless of their party affiliation, look carefully at who has actually done things in their past.
He told WYMT he plans on continuing the work he's done in the last 4 years.
We're doing things that this state needs to do to make itself the best version of itself, and I intend to keep doing it for another 4 years.
That's also raised the question, will Janine Hampton, who's been his lieutenant governor, join him for the next 4 years when he files? He says she's done a lot of great work, but nothing's set in stone.
You have to look at both what her interests are and mine. You have to look at what we need to do, both individually and collectively, as we look into the next 4. And I have to find the best person to serve Kentucky in that regard, and we'll see.
As the deadline quickly approaches. And Steve, that deadline is January 29th. We're now just 5 days away. Bevin has been in India recently leading an economic development trip.
All right, Connor, thank you. Well, State Representative Rocky Adkins officially threw his hat into the ring today. This comes months after he launched his campaign for governor. The Democrat from Sandy Hook first announced his plans back in November. Attorney General Andy Beshear, former state auditor Adam Edlin, and Jeff Young have also announced they are running for governor on the Democratic side. The shutdown continues as leaders on Capitol Hill are trying to work on a compromise. Around 100 workers at Bluegrass Airport in Lexington are struggling to pay the bills. So some co-workers are stepping up to the plate. They're bringing food and other supplies to a makeshift food bank.
I can't imagine being one check away from not being able to support my family. And, you know, you can say what you want to about the politics of it, but real people are hurting. We have to take care of them. We got to take care of them.
Donations can be dropped off weekdays from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 in the evening, and everything can be handed over to the information booth at the airport. The FBI arrested a man they believe is a serial bank robber. The suspect they are calling the traveling bandit is from eastern Kentucky. 49-year-old Jason Lee Robinson was arrested this morning in Colorado. Federal investigators believe the Pikeville man was behind a string of bank robberies from Florida all the way to Utah. We recently learned he previously pleaded guilty to robbing multiple banks across eastern Kentucky years ago before being released. Robinson is now in federal custody. The Laurel County Health Department confirms a case of hepatitis A at a local restaurant. An employee at the Taco Bell on Kingsway in London was diagnosed last Saturday. We're told that employee did handle food. Taco Bell's corporate office did reach out to us today saying the person is, quote, on leave and won't return to work until cleared by medical professionals. They also say, quote, all team members currently working at this restaurant have been vaccinated. Meanwhile, the Knox County Fiscal Court had the first reading of an ordinance on Wednesday that could require food service workers to have a hepatitis A vaccination. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talks to health officials about the possible new mandate.
The first reading of mandatory hepatitis A ordinance is passed, and now up for publishing with the second reading in February.
From the day the ordinance is finalized, then there will be a 1-month grace period for the food service workers to comply.
Restaurants like Grateful Ed's Barbecue, that is already ahead of the mandate, having most of their employees already vaccinated. And they say they're glad the fiscal court is pushing the idea.
I think it's good. I think it's needed. Some oversight is good. We need to be proactive in this.
And he says for those that aren't, they will be vaccinated on Saturday at a hepatitis A clinic at the Knox County Health Department.
I would think that most of our employers around here would be proactive too, and have the same concerns we do about the community.
Health officials say the risk of transmitting the virus as a food worker is low, but they're being proactive to stop the spread of hepatitis A in every way possible. In Knox County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
The Knox County Health Department is having a hepatitis A clinic on Saturday and will accept any insurance or give free vaccinations to those who are not insured.
Well, it's been a cold one across eastern Kentucky, and that light snow is still on the ground in some locations. We'll take you up to the latest image from the Mountain Parkway, and you can see a light dusting of snow still there in Slade, Kentucky. Pinpoint Doppler showing nothing at this time, but we are looking for a weak clipper system to the northwest. It's 26 in Jackson, 29 in Hazard, 27 in London, and 28 in Whitley County. Now the wind speeds, they're going to be out of the west to the east, bringing those winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour tonight, and that will make temperatures at times feel like the teens. Notice it's 19 is what it feels like in Moorhead with the wind chill, 19 in Laurel County, and some locations still in those lower 20s. For tonight, 18 degrees, a 20% chance of some light snow. We'll look for that clipper system to work through. Steve, I don't think this is a big impact event, but for snow lovers that want to see some flakes fall, they could be happy for at least tonight. More on the rest of the snow chances coming up in a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Remember Floyd County's Christmas cow? Well, it made another appearance in Prestonsburg this week. The Prestonsburg mayor says on Tuesday they got a call from someone who lives in an apartment complex in the city that a cow was standing outside their building. Officials came to the rescue and was able to keep the cow there until a trailer was able to pick it up. Mayor Les Stapleton did say that the cow looked like it had lost weight, but seemed to be fine.
We chased it around for about 3 nights, and it finally disappeared. Rumor was it got hit by a train and all this, so we didn't know for sure. Then all of a sudden the other night we get a call that's back in town, and we had found through a third party a guy that said, look, I'll take it and take care of it, and he caught it, captured it, and it's all safe and sound now.
They were not able to find the original owner of the cow, but they did say a farmer in Morgan County offered to take care of the cow and keep it at his farm. Martin County deputies arrest a woman for stealing $80 worth of meat from 2 stores and trying to sell it at a pawn shop in Inez. A store manager who caught it all on camera tells WYMT's Taylor Upchurch she's now seen just about everything.
When you look at the video, it may just seem like a typical person walking in at the Inez IGA to buy groceries.
Sometimes you can just tell by when they walk in, like you can tell sometimes that they're going to steal something.
Store manager Crystal Newsom says what Karen Cornett wore Wednesday drew suspicion.
He thought it was strange that she had on this big thick jacket. It was kind of warm out yesterday anyways.
So she kept a close eye on her cameras, where she watched Cornett allegedly steal 2 beef tenderloins.
One down her pants and one in her jacket.
With a price of about $50.
She had no care in the world. So I ran after her and it was already too late. She's already in the car, so yeah, it just mind-blowing.
Newsom called the store owner, who later found Cornett at a pawn shop in Inez trying to sell the beef.
You just never know what's going to happen. Every day you come to work, it's something different.
Police later arrested Cornett. Employees say she may have gotten away.
I would advise not to try that because we always have our eyes open. We do.
But she certainly did not get too far. In Martin County, Taylor Upchurch, WYMT Mountain News.
The sheriff's office says Cornett now faces shoplifting charges. A new grant will help Perry County maintain its parks. The Department for Local Government announced an $18,000 grant for the Perry County Fiscal Court. County officials say they plan to use the money to buy a maintenance vehicle for outdoor public spaces. Coming up on Mountain News at 6, some rain and a little snow made for tricky driving conditions in parts of eastern Kentucky.
And we could see a little bit more of that rain and snow. The full 7-day forecast is coming out.